Hey everybody, I am hoping to give you something to consider today. So I've just been having a conversation with my amazing husband Murray, who I run retreats with, and it's a conversation I had about 3 years ago when I was running my practice at Inspirational Health, and I think it's a really valuable and important one for any practitioner out there. So the conversation, like I said, started back when I was running my multimodality clinic, Inspirational Health, and it was a conversation that I had never had before. And what happens in practice is we first see our first 7 people, for instance. We get really excited. It's wonderful. We have our moments of going and doing research for them. We give our all. Then we see our first 70 people, and we get that same kind of rush. We might have had some challenges, we push through it, we have this amazing experience, we get some lovely feedback. And then we first see our first 100, you'll start to notice there's a percentage thing that happens. And when you see 100, that's what percent is, percentage per 100. And if you just look at the statistics on how many people you'll see with let's say diabetes, a percentage will have cardiovascular diseases, a percentage will have a higher risk of cancer, a percentage will have mental health issues, and a percentage will just have some emotional issues or challenges that might not resonate 100% with you. And then you see your first 700, you start to forget some names, but some things stand out. You start to get some gut feelings about people, and you start to register the right people for you and the people that are a bit of a challenge. Then you see your first 7,000, and that's how many people I helped through Inspirational Health while I was running that clinic. And out of those 7,000, I only ever had one complaint. But that one complaint took me down. I had 6,999 people who I had helped them, their families, change their lives, bring in new lives to their families. Conditions that they didn't think that they would be able to shift or change were able to shift and change. And yet that one person crushed me. It got me to question everything. And I had this conversation with my husband. He actually used to have a job for Master Foods Australia, a big company, and he was on the complaints line at a point. And there were people on there that they are labelled, they make it their quest in life to complain. They're called querulent complainers. They even have a term for it. And there's a percentage that they allow for of querulent complainers per unit produced. Yet we don't hear about this as practitioners, and it's something that really needs to be talked about, because the more people that you are here to help, the more likely it is, just from a statistical perspective, that you will have somebody who will possibly be a querulent complainer, or somebody who has a mental illness that will affect you in a not so positive way, who may stalk you, who may harass you, that kind of thing. But there are so many other people that you are helping. Now, the reason this came up today, and the reason I'm on the live talking to you guys about it, is because I've had one of these people, and this person's come in waves, and it started at my clinic. It started as walk-bys and staring through the windows at my receptionists and my staff. And then it started as phone calls, incessant phone calls. And then we got the police, and we got them to go around and speak to this person because we knew who they were. And then then I moved my business online, and then he became quite querulent over on my personal page. And I've just been told by multiple people today that he has become querulent through this business page. So if you happen to have had a message from somebody today, he is a querulent complainer. I would rather not give this more airtime, but it is something that not a lot of people talk about, and it is something that if you are going to affect thousands of people's lives, at some point you are going to come across something that is going to be like this and challenging. And I don't want this to be a hidden, shameful thing that practitioners have to deal with, it is literally a statistical thing, and you don't have to put up with this. It's something that becomes a call to action for you about your boundaries. And if you ever come across anything like this, my suggestion and what I have done is, one, report it. So report it to Facebook. There are means to report it to Facebook. There are ways to report it as a harassment, because that's actually what it is, to the police, and we've done that yet again. And you can instantly block and ban that user. So the same thing happens on Facebook groups and other social media. These are places that we share and that we want to share our intentions, and we want to keep healthy and happy. And if you start to get trolls, if you start to get people who aren't keeping your intention for your space, just like a space in the real world, you can block and ban them. You would kick them out the front door and you wouldn't let them back in your lounge room. And that's what I highly suggest that you do, just like I have today. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, and I wanted to make sure that there's nice clear air about anybody who's contacted you regarding me or anything else to do with the page. And I wanted to bring some yummy cleansing into 2018. And I was also wondering about what else you'd love to hear about. Now, I have an amazing Facebook group that we've got 1,500, nearly 2,000 people in our Facebook group called the Naturepreneur Hub. And you guys might have known me from Inspirational Health. You might know me through the Naturepreneur Hub. You might have just stumbled across me. But if you'd like to have this kind of conversation, we have it over in the hub all the time. But I was wondering if you guys wanted some more information about anything or everything to do with being an adventurer, a mum, a naturopath, a practitioner of any kind, because I was considering doing a live every week in here. Yet, I don't know what you want to hear about. So I wanted to be a little bit more present here this year. I wanted to share the ups and downs of business, life, be really real. And if you guys are considering anything that you want to talk about, feel free to pop it in the comments below. Hopefully it's been helpful, and if you have any of this go on in your lives as a practitioner, it's not acceptable. You're a human being too, and as a human being, creating a space and creating a message, you have the right to feel safe, and blocking and banning is totally okay. And there is no reason to feel ashamed or hiding any of the things that are happening in your business. So I hope you guys have an amazing 2018. If there is anything you want to talk about, pop me a personal message, pop a message down below this in the comment section, and I will do my best to come in and do a live every week and connect with you guys about what's going on, what I find interesting, what might be helpful, the dark, the light, and everything in between. Alright, I hope this has been a good conversation to consider, and I will catch you on the next one. See you, everybody. Bye.